Monk just recently posted the ideas, or not the ideas, a to-do list for certain commanders, and I just want to go over it and then just kind of read through some of the people's reactions to it and see if there's anything really fun about it. But since Mass Community Update released updated versions of Nova, Kerrigan, and Zagara, we hope you're enjoying taking around with them and their new toys, including Monster Mutalisks that we lived for a few weeks. Anyways, next is going to be Abathur, Vorazun, and Alarak. So Abathur has some powerful unit choices and some very powerful ultimate evolutions, especially when augmented with Biomasteries. Our current thinking is that perhaps these ultimate evolutions can be too strong to the point other units are often not needed to complete missions. Yeah, okay, that's very true. More incentivize players to opt for Roach Ravager heavy compositions. I've done that so many times. I don't know what it would be. I mean, maybe a Ravager could have a lock-on ability. That, like, if you use the Ravager Bile on a specific unit, that it actually hits that unit and tracks that unit. That would be kind of cool. Make it a little bit more awesome. Finally, we're also going to take a close look at Abathur's Masteries. That's probably going to be the biggest one that needs to be done. Vorazun, primary issues, the combination of Dark Templar and Corsairs overshadows all other options. Improve the options to make Dark Templar on the ground or Corsair in the sky. I don't know what a good Dark Templar ability. We'll look into some of the people things, but what a good ground unit that would do the same thing as a Dark Templar. That seems crazy. And like Corsairs, they're like their only AoE and in all of Vorazun's army. Besides, I think Dark Archons have like the most ghetto AoE in the whole thing, so I don't really know about that one. Alarak has similar issues. Ascendant base builds are the best. And we think clearly there's room for improvements. What are you going to do? Slayers and Vanguards? Vanguards for sure. Need some things. I don't know. I like Slayers. I think Slayers are some of the most powerful units he has that aren't Ascendants. It's a big caveat there. But anyways, let's go ahead and let us know what you think, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's go ahead and like read around through what some people are saying. Other units do something about her detection problem. I think that's a very real thing. I think Corsairs need something. It just takes so much micro to really do Vorazun's army correctly. And I'm not talking like Ascendant micro where basically you move in, spam an ability and move back. Like you actually need to like have all your stuff on different control groups so you can... So the Campaign Vanguard, that seems like a good idea. I just don't know if that's really enough, but maybe it is. Second and third mastery are fine. First one could use some love. Let me see something real quick. I'm actually gonna slide this over to here and left because I want to see Abathur mastery, toxicness, damage, respawn chance, mend, healing. And he's saying that his second and third are fine. I mean, I guess you could add something to the mend. Symbiote ability, I think that's the biggest thing they want to deal with, and I think the third set seems fine. Meaning the... Is that backwards? Okay. Meaning the Toxic Nest Maximum Charge, that should be fine. The symbiote ability, I think that's the biggest thing they want to do something with. I feel like that right there is the biggest deal because I don't think they're going to nerf the ultimate evolutions. I think they're in a nice spot in regards to the actual unit, but this symbiote ability is huge. It does so much damage. And then like no one really does mend because toxicness, damage, and respawn chance is just so important. So they're going to have to add some pretty cool abilities to these two to justify changing them. Or if they just get rid of this. So anyways, let's go ahead and go back over here and continue reading. Vorazun, her zealots are fine. I don't know. Stalkers were overwhelming. Void Rays are also fine. Oracle's cloaked. I think that's a huge thing. But I still feel like, you know, you're gonna... How do you get the HUD that shows all the keys on a unit? What do you mean the HUD that shows all the keys on a unit? Are you talking about... Answer this real quick. I think it's under gameplay... Enable simple command card. I think you want to get that one. think you want to make sure this isn't enabled. I think that's what you're talking about, Bork. Let me know if that's not it, but I continue to read more. Oh my god, you couldn't see that. Let's go ahead. Options. Gameplay. Enable simple command card. So make sure that is not enabled, and you should be able to see what's going on. Let me know if that doesn't work for you. I'm going to go back over here and continue to go reading this. I would personally love to see Stalkers, Slayers, and frankly Dragoons get a big damage buff. Okay, let's see. Abathur seems mostly in good space, other than his ground army being underused. The method, at least later in the game, by killing the man, is less of annoying things for Biomass, but that's not necessarily a nerve. Taking the rest of our army. Yeah, Stalkers and Slayers both need a rework. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Marines and Marauders now get, and Fire Bats now get stim automatically. I think adding that to any Stalker build would be kind of nice. Increase, clump up too much. Just more increased damage. Abathur masteries about OP evolutions. You don't see players can unleash their full potential, at least as it is unusual in NA. So buffing other commanders seem okay. Ceiling. When is the big Stukoffer coming to make him bigger powerhouse? I don't know. Okay, we keep losing Blizzard. Anyways, Vorazun's mastery, Shadowguard, lackluster. I don't know. I think that's pretty awesome. I think a lot of what ends up happening here is, I'm just gonna go ahead and read this again. Abathur mastery is fine. OP. I don't see players can unleash their full potential, at least not at least is unusual in NA. Maybe by nerfing them is not a good idea. So buffing other commanders seem okay. Maybe it's a good idea to nerf Abathur because he's just too OP. Another problem that update won't fix. And if you have a bad experience with Abathur, if your teammates tries to stop enemies from standing on Toxic Nest, that's a huge issue. So like, I know people like Little Aaron and a lot of like the really good speedrunners have like turned Abathur into this extreme powerhouse that can just destroy things so fast. But that's not a normal situation. And although yes, they are amazing, I just don't like the idea of just nerfing things just to nerf things. And the only real big difference besides completely changing the unit, and I know I said this earlier, is this symbiote ability cooldown. That is the big deal. That's the ability to get shields all the time. That's the ability to do with symbiotes, do crazy damage. So unless they want to rework the unit, that's the ability that needs to go away. So, but like under certain comps, like against Immortals, you really need that ability because that shield is the only thing keeping your Brutalisk alive. Let's see, anything else fun? Energy cost, yeah, that's fine. I kind of like this idea, but I just don't know if it makes sense for Zealots. Zealots are throwaway units. Buff Stalker's overall stats. Dark Archons, Dark Templars, Nor Cloaked. Masteries need big changes. What's the point of Chrono Boost? Stated. Death Fleet, Slayers, Vanguards need buff. Blink, giving Vanguard 16 shot. Last point. I'd like to see Death Fleet change so that it's all destroyers. 16. See, I think it'd be cool to have a lasting mothership. That'd be really cool, actually. I don't think the call down would make any sense at all at just having the destroyers, because the destroyers do like shit damage. They are not the thing that makes the mothership powerful. It is the actual. So it's hard to say. Mineral dump, Stalkers, Void Rays feel a bit underpowered? I don't know. We'll have to see about that. Since our chance Archons both attackers and spec. I mean, it's the same thing with the Dark Archons, but not as powerful. Rival buff. Mastery, initial sphere of June, simply not good. I don't agree with that. I think a bigger maximum is huge for Vorazun. Into the common 22-8. Oh yeah, okay. Case Protest Commanders, it feels like Blaster. Aldering Void Rays suck. I don't know if people realize this, but they are horrible. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what the person was saying, Hagar, that it does make more sense to have that for mobility issues. I like the Biomass pickup radius. Bring back 1QE2C, Cloaked Archons, Buff Dark Archons. Kind of like the idea of her units having reduced health and more shields. This is a cool idea, but that needs to be like an actual StarCraft thing, giving the ability to choose which units get added to F2. I mean, honestly, like, it's a cool idea. I also like the idea of knowing, like, every time you build X building, it automatically goes into this control group. Because that would be amazing to just know that all of your nexuses just will automatically appear in that one control group. All of your forges go to this control group. That would be amazing, but I don't know. We'll have to see. That's all picked up by Biomass is pooled. I kind of like that idea too. I'll Protoss, avoid healing. Phoenix, I don't really agree as much having the issue with heals because you kind of want things to die. Artanis, he has Guardian Shell, so that's kind of the other thing. Vanguards. Abathur's Warmost are a little weird. But, like, I don't know. I mean, they need mobility issues for the actual locust. The swarm host can move around well, but yeah, they're just so hard to get around. Like, I love Dahaka's so much better. Let's see, Dragoons and co-op really weak. One more DPS. Zealots. Unit that would be cool with the necessary access to have zealots. Yeah, I know. Upgrades cost too much. Close outs deny early biomass. There's no way to counter this. Destroyers. Relocust an idea. That's kind of cool. What about changing the men mastery to every killed unit has an extra chance to drop more biomass, even at enemies your ally kills, but only a low? I mean, sure. As opposed, so are you saying that as opposed to the Toxic Nest damage and mastery chance. Change this, the mend, to an next chance that you get extra biomass from units. I mean, maybe I might consider that. And it's a percent chance. It's not like an X amount of double biomass, because I think like just a straight double or straight extra 15% biomass might be pretty cool, enough to like justify it. But the percent chance, I'm not the biggest fan of percent chances on something like that, especially when it's so low. But that could be an idea. Yeah, inferior to Amons. Yeah. Obey. Slayers, finally. It's a bit more jarring for the match. Okay. Overchargeable, that'd be kind of fun. I think destroyers would be a cool addition. Buff duration. Okay, we're talking, but he's talking about Dahaka. We're not talking about Dahaka. I don't really know. None of this is really. Alright, is there anything more fun? I don't know, I'm not really seeing a lot of things that needs to be said here. Biomass collection, magnet range. Find your current biomass focus chart, guys, clicking through every single row to check their unit card, while oversized flesh zeppelins obscure your view. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I think there's something to be said about the automorph. I don't know what it is yet, but yep, that's a total true thing. This is like one of my best quality of life things. Yeah. Yep. Ravagers have disappointing DPS. Yeah, there's just, I don't know, maybe, like I said, maybe an actual like lock-on ability for that might be cool. Yeah, and filling your supply with ground comp only leads to watered down evolution states and massive congestion. Yeah, you'll end up making way too many of them, plus you'll have to count similar to Kerrigan. 5 times the stat, maps are large enough for this. Yeah. Super strained to Abathur. Nerazine skin. Cloak duration. Damage. Yeah, so I don't know. That phase reactor just doesn't seem like that great to me. I've tried it so many times, and just the shield energy regeneration just doesn't seem very much. Dark Templar, yeah, that would be fun. Not really necessary, but that's just going to increase the damage even more. That'd be cool. Vorazun's level 1 now doubles the shield energy of oracles. I mean, I guess it should make sense, right? Because they're not cloaked. Valence mode. That might be cool, actually. I think this is a good set of upgrades I like. 6. Increase the range. Damage. While moving. Down. That's yeah, down. Yep. Down damage and crowd control for Corsairs is very important. No way that non-permacloak units will be able to compensate. Don't need to have units that are functional without their cloak. All allied units. Emergency recall for all. Strike from shadow damage bonus for 2% flat damage buff. Cloak for a few seconds. I think a lot of people are talking about that. Link isn't really useful against the AI. I don't know. You'd be able to store more charges of it. That's kind of a cool idea. Dark Archon, clunkiness, oracles, is there uncloaked, high priority targets like Templar Ascendants. New masteries. Alright, I think it's make it unit ability duration. Okay. The Terran AI is disproportionately more punishing for anyone that uses cloaked units, as their detectors Ravenstein can cast spells that deal damage. Considering how the AI sometimes spam detectors, it's gonna be less annoying to just avoid building any cloaked units at all versus Terran when it doesn't really matter against Protoss or Zerg. That's an idea. Yeah, cooldown. Or imagine we do something about swarm hosts. Vorazun, Centurion, Stalkers, Oracles, Archons. Movement speed. Alarak, Havocs, Force Fields, Slayers, Vanguards, War Prisms. Power Me. Alright, well, I think I think we're good. If anybody's got anything they would like to say real quick, make sure to say it. Otherwise, I just hope everyone has a good one. I'm going to be taking some time off of streaming for a week. I got to go down south visit some family. Hope everyone is well. Hopefully I'll be streaming tomorrow. I think I'm going to be able to find some time. I just want to say thanks everybody for coming out. It's all been amazing, and I do hope everybody enjoys. Thanks for watching.